Buddy Brian back here with a look at KASPA. Got some stuff to go over with you guys. Looking at a pretty big move here if this breaks to the upside, right? Underneath the 200-day moving average here on the weekly. If we go on the daily, you can see we are battling, to get back above that thing right now. That wedge we talked about, remember we talked about the price going possibly down here. If you watched the last video, maybe about a week ago, we talked about that, a breakdown of this wedge. And it could make one more push down. We're going to take a look at this here in a second. I do want to go over just two things real quick, guys. If you're looking for places to leverage trade, please check these two places out. I have links in the description of the video. This is Weeks over. They have some pretty awesome stuff, pretty awesome promotions going off now. Spin for Bitcoin, daily spin to win. You go over there and you have so much volume during the day, you get to spin the wheel. You're a winner every time. It's pretty cool. They have all kinds of stuff there. And BitTunix, I use this also a lot. Check this out. The Task Center, you go up into promotions, they have campaigns, Task Center, mystery box, and once you check in, 24-week trading check-in challenge. All right, you check in, have $20,000 worth of futures volume. That's easy, believe it or not. They're very easy. You get a mystery box up to $10. You do it 2 weeks in a row up to 10. 3 weeks in a row, it's still at 10. Then it goes up to $50. All right, after 4 weeks. Then after you got 8 weeks, it goes up to 100, and then it goes up to 200. You keep checking in here, then it goes up to 300. I'm up to here, 16 consecutive weeks, up to $300 in rewards. And all you got to do is have that 20,000, check in for the week, make 1 or 2 trades, 20,000 in volume. And up here, this here is pretty cool. Futures volume, like this up here, trading volume, $5 million up to $500 mystery box. This one here, $2.5 million up to 250, a million up to 100, and it keeps going. Up to 1,000, up to 3,000. You have to have 50 million for $5,000, 25 million for 3,000, and you know how it goes, guys. It adds up fast. It really does. This on here, like 5.6 million. It gets pretty crazy, right? But anyway, BitTunix and Weeks, there's links in the description of the video. I'd appreciate it if you check them out. Now let's take a look at these charts. Altcoin season, 57 out of 100. Keeps going up here, right? Fear and greed out of 43. That's beautiful. I want to see like extreme fear, people selling, panic selling, running out of the market. That is when you need to get excited, right? That is the time to get really pumped up. That's what you want to see. Fear out there. That tends to be the best times. That's when the market really takes off. Let's take a look at this here. We're going to take a look at the altcoin season, see if any of the indicators are tripping here for market cycle top. If you come in here, right, 43, Bitcoin's price is the gray right here, right? Could be signaling, it could be getting close to a low right over here. Bitcoin bottomed out there and took off. Way back here, that was real low. Wow, April 8th, it was at a 15. Holy cow. March 12th, it was at a 30, 25. Yeah, so it was pretty low, went through here, and you can see the bottom ended up coming in here where it took off. Every time it gets, but when we get into extreme greed, look, top rolls over. Extreme greed way up here, look, top rolls over. So it's good that we're down in this area. Usually good things happen when you're down there. Excuse me. Market cycle top indicators. Let's see if any of these have tripped for Bitcoin. All right, you have 30 of them. Once they start checking off, then you got to start worrying, right, about Bitcoin. Pi cycle top status. It has not crossed yet. Okay. Crypto market cycle top indicators. The crypto market top, 0 of them have tripped. Okay. That's that should be telling you something, right? I know it's kind of gloomy right now out there and pretty crappy, but look at this. None of these have triggered, right? That's telling you that something big's coming. It's coming, right? I mean, so it's Christmas, huh? I know I sound like a broken record. I really apologize, but it's going to happen. I'm telling you, it is going to be here. It's going to be fun. I cannot wait. Let's take a look at this market overview real quick, and then we're going to take a look at them charts. Please hit the like and subscribe. Come over and join us in Discord. Check out a couple of these trades. Show you here real quick. Let's see here. Which ones were they? I think this is one of them here. I had one or two, on weeks. Bid of 475. That's almost a 5x on that token there. Let's see here. Had some pretty decent ones this week, really did. I'm just not sure which ones are which here. Let's go over here. Take a look real quick. Let's not dig through all that. But anyway, had some pretty nice trades on Bitcoin and stuff this week. So if you want to come join our Discord and get in here with us, it's a level 3 membership in the description of the video. We'd love to have you. Alt season coming. There's going to be stuff popping like crazy. That one today, almost a 5x. It can add up fast, right? The other day I had, I don't know, I think it was $10 or something left in my one account after I moved some money around. It was in BitConnects, I think it was. And, I 30x'd that $10 in one day. It's crazy. Not bragging at all, just telling you what you can do when you get in stuff that's moving, right? Don't get into trades going sideways. I'm still learning, guys. No question about it. Everybody, you just keep learning and learning and getting better, and have that never die attitude and go for it, man. If I end up failing, at my goals overall, then I can be happy that at least I gave it my all. But I don't see that happening. Things are really looking good. I'm getting some really nice trades now. Altcoin season coming. You want to get in stuff that's moving, right? Get into pullbacks. Once you see, here's BNB. Let me show you this real quick. Come over, come join the Discord. I think you'd really enjoy it. Plus, all these, we got some great traders in there. I'm telling you, Diamond Hands, Ollie. A lot of them are in there, about 160 some people. So BNB, you want to get into pullbacks, right? You get this big push up, you want to get in a pullback. These big pushes here. This is that's a 1 day chart. Let's go out on a monthly on this, and we'll go over there. BNB, you can't go wrong with this, man. I remember when this was pretty. I remember when it launched, way back here. It was $20. I wish $10. I wish I would have. I had a little bit. I wish I would have held on to it up to 800. And it's probably, who knows where that's heading. It probably had been those thousands, I'm sure. $877. What's the all-time high on this thing? All-time high, $8.99. 18 days ago. All-time low. Oh my God, 9 cents. Unbelievable. 8 years ago to 2017, 9 cents, 0.09. So you could have got 10 BNB per dollar, right? 10 for a dollar. What would that be worth today? 10 of those, almost 9 grand. So if you turn every dollar into 9 grand that you had into BNB, if you spend $100, what is that? $100 would have got you 100 BNB. Times 878, what is that? Almost $1 million, 878,000, something like that. A lot of money, right? $100, but then it's done a 913x. That's pretty incredible. Wow, that's the stuff you enjoy getting in, man. I got in Gala Games when it first launched, and it was unbelievable. I got. $250,000 Gala Games for $37. $37. That's $37. Went up to 83 cents. 250,000 of them, 83 cents, 200 grand. I didn't sell the top, not even close. Yeah, but can you imagine $200,000 off of 220s, and 200 grand? That's why I love crypto. It is just unbelievable. Let's go over here and take a look at these charts, guys. It's a lot of fun too. It's very very addicting. I was looking at something yesterday. Oh, what the heck was the name of that? Oh man, it just it was flying. The chart for it was absolutely crushing it. I was checking it out. It's like number 47. It's a finance token. I think it's up to $18 or something. It went up like $12, and it was at $1, and it went up to like $12 in a day. Absolutely insane. So there's stuff moving out there, right? There is stuff starting to go, and just hang in there. Hang in there. I know it's tough. I know it beats you down. That's what the market wants to do. The market wants you to say, "Oh, this shit sucks, man. I'm out. I'm selling. Hell with it. I'm done." And then see you later. It takes off. That's how it does it. Telling you, breaks you down. Wait, where's you out? Till you can't take anymore. And then it's gonna go. Right. KASPA here. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. All right. Please zoom in. All right. Take a look at this thing on a 4-hour. All right. And this wedge. This is an inner wedge. Okay. The outer wedge is the white line out here. See the inner wedge right in here? That's what we're looking at. Okay. This outer wedge is going to be the big break to the upside. I'm pretty confident in saying that. You can see down through here. Let me show you this. Look at the support down through here. Look at that support area. Okay. I do not see that breaking. Right. And that's down there at what 5 cents roughly. Major support levels here, back over here. All through here. You could even raise this up a little bit. This whole area is nothing but solid support. Right about there. Anyway, okay. Major closing candles over here, all through here. All right. I see a move to the upside eventually here, but in the meantime, what are we gonna have to deal with, right? Well, let's go in on a 4-hour. All right. Look at the RSI. RSI, looking weak, looking like it wants to roll over, don't it? And quite honestly, I think let's go out here a little bit further. You can see it a little bit better. All right, I think it has probably one more push to the downside. All right, where could that go? Well, we take a fib. I don't know if it's going to go up this wick, right? But you very well could be looking, down here where we talked about, right? This wedge broke down. If you take the width of the wedge, right? You take the width, go up here, down to here, okay? Pull it down. Let's grab it. Come on down here. Pull it down here. What do you got? That's what usually the width of the wedge, or is your width, is you're going to be your target area. All right, so this could come down to 6.5 cents. All right, what's that going to do? That's going to reset everything. That's going to bring it down to a major support area. Okay, right down through here. Boom, boom. You see these here? Boom, boom. Probably going to come down, touch, boom, and whew. See you later. I really believe that. Daily RSI is getting down near the bottom. The weekly, they're getting ready to turn back up. You can see that curve on it there. All right, you got a curve starting the monthly. The monthly looks great. Leveled out. Right, nothing. The big numbers are not oversold, but you start going in on like an 8. You can see it looking pretty weak, right? 4. This could happen fairly quick because it looks like Bitcoin. See the 4 here. 4 is looking pretty weak itself, right? looking like it's going to roll over. I want to see a push. If we're going to get this push, I want to see it pretty fast. All right. The other option, you always have two options. Nothing is a guarantee. But let's put a target area down here. Could have a wick through that. I don't think it's going to go through there, but somewhere down here, I would imagine down, right around 7, 6.5. If we get the push to the downside, I want to mark this when we come back. All right, so it's probably somewhere, through even in the middle there, 6.8, 6.5, something like that. Now we are underneath that 200 here. If we come out here, that thing gets down there and hits support, right? Because if we come over here and take a look, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Don't forget Bit2Next and Weeks, guys. That Bit2Next and mystery boxes are awesome. And Weeks, they have some really cool stuff too, up to 300x on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And you can copy trade over there, which is pretty cool. There's some really good copy traders. On the main page, you go down to the very bottom. Now I'll give you your copy traders. You places trades with them. You can look at their stats. It's almost like there's a couple on there. It's pretty sickening. It's crazy. I can't even believe it's real. Right? Let me show you. I have to now. I mean, if it'll load up fast enough. I got all this stuff opened out here. I came out to my little area out here in the garage, do a couple videos, get a couple out. I haven't done any for a while. Enjoyed doing them. How you doing, Larry? Larry from Arkansas. Fantastic, man. Hope your daughter's doing well, buddy. She had COVID. You're going to nursing school. But I don't think it's going to load up. But if you do go over there and sign up for Weeks, check it out, okay? I don't want to waste any time here for you. Bitcoin dominance first. All right, and then we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. I got to show you a couple other crazy things going on. Look at dominance. This is awesome. I was checking this out before the video. All right, let's open this up. All right, the monthly, and in fact, then on a weekly first. Man, we are right there, guys. Right to the spot where we want to be, okay? Now, let's zoom in a little bit here. You can see, grab my arrow. Yep, not that one. Let's get rid of that one. That one is no good, right? It's just an up arrow. I need my pointer. All right in through this area right here, okay? I want you to pay attention that we are there right now. Same area, right? This is where stuff started to pick up. Now, if we come out here on a monthly, look what happened on the monthly. Right inside these two yellow lines, okay? Look what happened once it got down here, right? Had some support there, and then it just absolutely hammered down. Right over here, we have this green candle. You see it on the monthly. This one here, getting ready to break. Looks like to the downside, like right over here. Once it lost that, this thing shot down how much in a month? From up here down to the bottom. Bitcoin dominance dropped 16.5%. Okay. Getting in them areas, right? That would have been right about here, with over there, but if it does the same thing or similar, that'd be pretty crazy, right? Now it is as far as the RSI goes. Let's see here. Is it the weekly or monthly? I can't tell with this. That's the monthly. All right. The weekly. And the stochastic even looks worse. The stochastic is heading straight down. The weekly getting down towards the bottom here. Look at that red candle. And you can see what's forming on this, man. You're getting a big 5 waves down. Look at this. Hasn't even really... maybe a 5 waves down. Once this cracks, that's when things are gonna really start going, man. These two red candles here are absolutely massive, and they took up, in 2 months. We're in that similar area. 2 months with that wick that comes down there. Bitcoin dominance dropped 34%. All right, if it does that, our market is going to absolutely a takeoff. That's all we're waiting for. Is for that to break down. Bitcoin itself. Come over here and take a look at this thing. Right on the monthly. We're going to zoom in a little bit. Has it topped? Is it done? Make sure you get some bearish divergence here. You got this high. This high here, and a lower high. Got these two highs are pretty much even right here, and then the lower high coming in on a weekly. Let's take a look here. I don't know. It's getting close. I believe it's getting close. That's not going to stop the altcoins, right? I think Bitcoin, the altcoins are really going to run when Bitcoin starts possibly its big ABC correction here. But if we zoom in here on a daily and take a look, looks like we could have a little breakdown about to happen in here. We got a trend line up through here, runs down through here, almost right with the 200, right? And up here it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Could get a fifth wave push down right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I believe it's this bigger one here, and I think that's what might push KASPA and everything down here. It could send it down towards that 200 down there. Look at that, 103,565. Is that what's going to happen? Was this the top at 124? We were shooting for right around 30-ish area. That's up here. That's going to be the big question, all right? If we get the push down here for Bitcoin, look at about 103.5 before it starts back up. Now, if it grabs here, it could have one more push up here too before it really rolls down, but I don't believe so, though. If you look at this, at 1-2 finishes right there. Okay, so if you have Elliott waves coming down through here, you want to stay in pat. You don't want to break the rolls. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to the downside. All right, if that happens, right now, if it comes up here and takes out, let's get this up here. If it comes up here and takes out, this white line, what about 112, 112.5, and has a closing candle above that area, then it could be heading back up to the upside here. The big question is, what's it going to do? Okay, is this all starting a big A, B, and C, and party over? But that's going to be the big question here, and what's going to tell us that is putting this bib on here. If it comes down here and watching once it gets up to this area, 116 to 118, the retracement areas, or if it starts up from right here, if it takes out that 112.5, could be starting back up to the upside, 117 to 119. That's going to be the areas we're going to be watching real close, right? See if Bitcoin's starting an ABC. It'll take a while. It'll take a few months, man. I mean, if you go on a weekly and look at these candles, if this is just one wave down, this took what, a month? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks just for this first push. All right, so if this is ABC, it could take 3-4 months to finish up, and the altcoins could be taken off. Well, no, soon enough, right? If this thing starts breaking down, it takes out that 107.3, look for 103.5. It takes out 112.5, and starts pumping to the upside. Watch them retracement areas. And for KASPA, like I said, if Bitcoin pushes down, we could get a push down with KASPA down here, 6.5, 7 cents down in this box. And then I think it's time to start looking at some longs on KASPA. So get over there and join us, man, in Discord. You get ready to trade this market, guys. I believe we're almost there. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon, guys. Thank you so much for watching.